How do you see a direct connection between sustainability and health?
Oh, absolutely. There is 100% connection. Because what we are consuming, if we are talking in our area, is water. Yeah? We are made up of water. And if we consume bad water, we will suffer. Okay, so like I said, if you are using materials which you have carcinogenous materials leaching into the water that you are consuming. Okay, or let's take it a step further. Okay, let's say you're using it for drainage pipe. Those water are going into the earth, but it's getting there polluted.
Right.
So the entire cycle is polluted.
Miki, you're called the father of PP pipes in India.
Yeah.
More than 1,000 projects. What is your vision ahead? What are your plans ahead?
Actually, more than 5,000 projects. But
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's
more
amazing.
than 5,000 projects. In 2017, I came with the statement that PP will kill PVC, which was a big joke at the time. Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? It's
Right.
not going to do anything. It's not
Right.
going to change anything. And I think it's happening now.
For sustainable and healthy pipings for modern buildings, today we have with us Mr. Miki Kedem, CEO of Huliot Pipes and Fittings India. Miki, welcome to Midday.
Thank you.
What
thank
an
you.
honor to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
Miki, you have like 3 decades of experience in international infrastructure. And of course, World Health Day is almost here. How do you think Huliot India's pipes and fittings actually contributes to healthier conversations?
So that's very interesting concept. Okay, if you ask yourself, what is health? World Health Day. What does it mean that we have to be healthy? Does it mean that we have to go to hospitals? Does it mean that we need to meet more doctors?
Yeah.
Does it mean that we need to do what?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see what is happening worldwide, by the way, not only in India, in the past decade, is people are improving their lifestyle. And being healthy starts, in my opinion at least, starts at home, not in hospitals or doctors or whatever.
Very true.
So we need to have healthy homes, okay? And in those healthy homes, there are pipes, for example, okay, or whatever is taking care of our water to begin with, which must be healthy. And if this is healthy, the beginning of our health starts from there. Later on, it goes to other lifestyle differences, but the main thing to start with is the water supply. How do we adhere to water supply, to proper material supply, safe environment, where do we live, safe walls, whatever is hidden behind the walls, whatever. I'm talking about pipes, but you can talk about paint, you can talk about the concrete, you can talk about many aspects of what makes the home healthy for us.
Right.
For us, it's the piping.
Right.
Yeah.
Miki, you have been a pioneer in India when it comes to the PP pipes. Now, when it comes to PVC pipes, there are green claims around the PVC pipes. So, what do you have to say about the green accreditation when it comes to the PVC pipes?
I think that whoever is doing the accreditation needs to do the thing with a lot of credibility, okay, and they have a lot of responsibility. It's not only what you are writing in the catalog. It's not only about slogans that you put on brochures. What we need to ask ourselves, also as consumers, okay, and the consumers is not only the builders. The consumer is also us who are buying apartments or buying flats or whatever. What did I buy? Is this really green? Is this really healthy? Is this really sustainable? Okay, we happen to speak about PVC, but you can ask this question about any material. And
Very
that's
true.
the real question. Is it real? Is it good? Is the slogan or is the advertisement is real and giving me real value or not? And that's the main question.
Right. Happy homes, healthy homes. Can you please throw some light on this philosophy of Huliot India's, philosophy by which it really stands and does all the functioning?
So that connects directly to what I said earlier. Okay, our life as happy human being depends mainly on our health. Yeah? It takes you time to realize it. I don't know. Maybe when you're 16, you're not aware of it. Later on in life, you are more aware of it. Okay, to be happy, you need to be healthy. And the health starts at home. Like I mentioned earlier, health starts at home. You need to make sure that your house is healthy on all aspects. Okay, from whatever behind the wall, unseen things that are behind the walls, whatever is inside the walls, whatever, obviously whatever you are eating, whatever you are consuming, the way that you are living, are we living in a clean environment, is it polluted? Okay, is my environment polluted or not? Yeah, am I affected by whatever is going on outside? So all this is a concept, creates healthy homes at the end of the day. And I want to share with you that at Huliot, if we look at the UN Sustainability Development Goals, which there are 17 of them, we adhere to 6 of them in Huliot. And 6 of them include good water, good environment, sustainable product, okay, so on, yeah, so on and so forth. So the idea is looking at the thing as a whole. We cannot take only one thing and say, okay, I'm doing this good, so that means everything is good.
Very correct.
I need to do the whole thing
Right.
good, and the whole thing good starts from where I live, from my home.
Right. Miki, you have such an amazing experience into the piping industry. If you can share your wisdom on what is the need of the hour in this particular industry.
So I'll divide this into 2 parts. First of all, it's not the sole doing of Huliot. Okay, I believe there's supposed to be a shared vision in the entire industry. And the shared vision starts obviously from the manufacturers. Okay, also other manufacturers, not only Huliot, needs to understand what is good product, what is green product, what is sustainable product, what will sustain for the next 50 years.
Very true.
What will be good after 20 years, not today. Okay, that means that the industry have to move from commodity mindset, this is the current situation, into a more advanced thinking. And the more advanced thinking leads to the second part of the question, is the understanding of builders and consumers about the life cycle of a product. The life cycle of the product cannot be 7 years or 10 years. We are building buildings, we are supposed to plan it for 50 years.
Right.
But while the architect is doing the building, okay, or the construction with 50 years planning ahead, not all the other services are doing that. And that is the shared vision which I'm talking about. Everybody needs to think about life cycle, which eventually will lead to the fact that the building lives for 50 years, including everything.
Miki, when it comes to the water recycling system, how is your system different from that of others?
So, you know what's going on in the market, and as you know, I've been in India for more than 20 years, so I see the thing evolving. So, it's not from today that in India you must have STP, sewage treatment plants. It's been there for quite a long time.
Right.
But for quite a long time, also it's been a tick mark in the building licenses and certification. Do I have STP? Tick mark? Yes. Does it operate after 1 year or not? Not important. We are not checking, so it doesn't matter. The concept that we are bringing to the market or to India is not a tick mark. It is something which is supposed to do its job for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Correct.
Yeah? And supply us better water, okay, water which will be reusable, save on the water infrastructure of the city.
Right.
Okay, we'll be able to reuse it in the buildings, or if we dispose it into the municipal level, it will not harm the earth. Okay, so we know that whatever we are doing is good for the earth, while the maintenance and how to run the system and all that is automated with IoT, so the entire thing is much easier to control. You don't need manpower 24 hours, switching on and off some buttons and making it run. You don't have to do that. In this system, it's all automated, so you are getting the best results, optimized result all the time by itself.
Right.
And that's the beauty of the system.
Amazing. Miki, our conversation today is very closely related to the World Health Day. Since you have been a stalwart in the industry, How do you think the PVC pipes actually relate to our health? Because health is, as you said in the beginning, it's not just eating healthy and going to the doctor and getting the treatments done. So how would you connect the PVC pipes and our health?
So again, I'm saying very in a very loud voice. It's not that I have any personal vendetta against specific material or against PVC. Okay. The question that we need to ask ourselves is, what happens to this product, whatever it is, after 5 years, after 10 years?
Very true.
Okay. Now, if you are talking, and again, I'm answering carefully. If you are talking about PVC pipes, okay, we know that the heat and the heat conditions which are rising, after some time, the pipe beginning to change its composition. Okay, and some material get out of the pipe, which are toxic. Some materials in the water supply pipes are getting leached to the water and we drink it, and it's carcinogenous materials. So at the end of the day, whether it's PVC or whatever it is, we need to ask ourselves, is this good for us? Is this product good for our health? Is this helping us? Will it help me 5 years from now? Will it help my kids 10 years from now?
Long term as well as short
That's
term.
it. That's the question. Yeah, it's not that I bought now the most beautiful flat in some fancy building and whatever. Yeah, will it keep my kids safe? Will it keep me safe? That's the main question. That's about PVC.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you see a direct connection between sustainability and health?
Oh, absolutely. There is 100% connection. Because what we are consuming, if we are talking in our area, is water. Yeah? We are made up of water. And if we consume bad water, we will suffer. Okay, so like I said, if you are using materials which you have carcinogenous materials leaching into the water that we are consuming. Okay, or let's take it a step further. Okay, let's say you're using it for drainage pipe. Those water are going into the earth, but it's getting there polluted.
Right.
So the entire cycle is polluted.
Right.
So even if I don't see it today, I'm polluting the earth and then I'm consuming this water. So it is entire cycle getting affected if you are using a product which is not up to mark.
Right. Miki, now let's move to the polypropylene pipes. What will it take for this entire industry to actually switch away from PVC?
So it's a process. Okay, I'm not saying it's a one-day thing. First of all, people are used to things, and it's very challenging, let's say, to change people's mind.
Yeah.
But from where we're sitting now, I mean, whoever is watching this cannot see it, you can see that whatever is building or whatever is being constructed today is not what was there 10 years ago.
True.
So 10 years ago, if somebody said high-rise building, they meant 20-story buildings.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think in Bombay, for example, there is even one new building which is 20-story building. It's all 40, 50, 60-story buildings. That means what we knew until 10 years ago must change. Okay, and that takes together the entire industry. So from the whoever is involved, from the architects, which need to understand that, and I'm not talking only about the design of the building, I'm talking about the services. I'm talking the consultants, the MEP consultants in this case, the contractors, the builders themselves, which need to change the mindset, and eventually the consumers who needs to demand. The consumer must demand better products. And they know, by the way, because many people are traveling now overseas, the internet is available, the data is available, people know what to search for. Okay, and they are searching for better materials, and the mindset of everybody needs to adjust to better things.
Right. Miki, you're yourself a BIS committee member. So, what is actually the BIS committee doing to bring about a change?
So, to continue from what I said earlier, this is a very important part of changing the industry and changing the mindset. A very important thing is that the country, okay, is giving the right support by certifying the right technology, new technology, advanced technology, giving the guidelines actually how to use it in the right way. what do you need to use, what is considered as a good product, whatever it is. Okay, in our case it's polypropylene, but whatever it is, how to use it in the right way, to implement it in the right way, and not to invent new technologies. The technology is there. How do we use it and how do we certify it? And then there are certified bodies which we need to give the certification according to what the BIS determined, and that will flow down to the industry. And that is part of the change of the mindset of the industry.
Why is the real estate industry not openly using green pipes? Because we really know that green pipes are obviously good for the environment, good for the health. Then what is really stopping them?
I think it's a process. It doesn't happen in
maybe
one
because
day.
change perhaps takes time?
Yeah, I mean, I wish it took less time, but it does take time, and it does take people to realize. Okay, so let's say if we started in 2014 or 15, nobody knew what we were talking about. And when in 2015 I said green building, what is it? No, we don't want to paint the building in green color. Yeah. So I'm not joking about it, but that was the response, and there is a process of learning. Okay, and there is a process of all the supporting bodies. For example, there are 3 certification bodies in India which are doing green certification. Okay, so it took time until all these things fell in place, until the certification started coming in.
So that it is really truly green and not just for the namesake. It is
exactly.
Green.
How do you make sure that it's truly green? Okay, those bodies have really utmost responsibility to determine what is green and what is not green. Now, there are things which are still there, you can say maybe from 6-7 years ago, which were decided as or declared as green, and they are not green. Okay, and I expect that part of the change which is coming and part of the understanding will be that whatever is not green will not be certified. Okay, and then that's part of us going forward and part of the builders accepting the new technologies and start accepting PP as the only solution. Or the main solution.
Miki, you're called the father of PP pipes in India. More than 1,000 projects. What is your vision ahead? What are your plans ahead?
Actually, more than 5,000 projects. But
oh wow!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
More than 5,000 projects. What is the vision? Look, when I came in 2015 or in 2017, I came with the statement that PP will kill PVC. Which was a big joke at the time. Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Where are you coming from? It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. And I think it's happening now. Okay. Again, it's not a one-day process, but you see also the other big companies which relied on PVC. And that's what made them big and strong, trying to find a way into the PP. So the understanding that PP is the next new thing is there in the market, even from whatever you would call my competition. I don't think they're my competition per se. They are the people that help me change the industry into better industry, whether they like it or not.
Right. Miki, so Huliot has created the leadership in the Ecotech Summit. So what are your views on that?
So the idea was 4 seasons ago. Yeah, we are just about to launch the 4th season.
Right.
Is showing or having in one room really technologies which are ecological. Come to say, we don't talk only about pipes, or we don't talk only about Huliot pipes. Okay, we drive the acceptance, okay, or people knowing about and accepting ecological technologies.
All the conversations kind of
anything
center
which
around
is ecological, anything which is green is interesting for us. So we had in season 1, for example, okay, people from around the globe. We had different consul generals talking about what's green in their country. We had people talking about supply chain in green technologies. We had people talking about technologies. Then in season 2 and 3, again, we had different consul generals talking about their countries. And nowadays, you can say in season 4, even though we are inviting foreign delegates, I can say it sounds funny, there's a lot of things happening in India. So many things you don't need to look from outside. Many things exist over here, and they only need the right exposure.
Right.
And we are trying to give them the stage to expose the right technologies. This is where it should be exposed.
Right.
So that's the idea behind the Ecotech Technologies Summit.
Okay. So Miki, Midday and Hulio India together are celebrating, in fact, the World Health Day the entire month. So what do you have to say about this? The importance of this conversation and celebrating such an important day.
So this is a very vast subject. Okay, I mean, we didn't mention earlier, but I will mention now. What is the definition of sustainability? And because of that definition, why I think that celebrating it only one day is not enough.
Right.
And that is why we are celebrating it with Midday for the whole month.
Whole month.
Okay, so talking about sustainability means we have three main layers. Okay, the first layer, whatever it is, yeah, not restricted to pipes and fittings. Whatever it is, how do you manufacture it? When you manufacture it, does it hurt the earth? Okay, the people that are doing it, the employees that are working there, yeah, whoever is doing the product, the power consumption, yeah, how does it affect us? So this is the first layer. The second layer of sustainability is the usage. How do we use it? Does it give me whatever it needs to give in piping? Do I get clean water? Do I dispose clean water? Is my entire environment is clean and safe? Okay, and the third layer is afterwards, what happens. So people are not aware, but in India, for example, what is considered C&D waste, construction and demolition waste, is more than 30% of the waste. Now, what do you do with it? Let's say the building ended its life and you need to break it down.
Yeah.
What do you do with the material? Right now, there is no solution. They are dumping it in some landfill. And when the landfill gets filled, they're burning whatever is burnable over there, which is pipes, some wood or whatever. Now, if the product is not recyclable, it's going to create a problem. So when we are talking about Health Day or Health Month, these are the things that we are going to talk about or emphasize about. It's the entire life cycle. What happens when we manufacture it? What happens when we use it? What happens after we finish using it? The entire life cycle. And is the life cycle is what's supposed to be. So if you're saying it's supposed to be 50 years, and we break the building after 20 years, the life cycle is not completed. We've done it too early. That means we are making damage to something. So this is why we are going to talk about for the whole month, because it's a full package. It's
Right.
not only one item. It's not only one idea.
So Miki, something very interesting which I know of, the initiative by Midday and Hulio is coming together of Midday and Hulio and creating this amazing new financial year calendar. Would you like to speak about it?
Yes, of course, gladly. So it was always strange to me that we live in India, the financial year is April to March, yet every year in December we are all running to give calendars, get calendars, and so there is like a mismatch how we live in the normal year 2026 and how is the financial year, which is March 26 to April 26 until March 27. Why is this mismatch? Okay, it was always bothering me. So when we had a discussion with Midday about calendar, we said, okay, let us come up with calendar like I think it should be. It should be April to March. So this is the calendar which is coming, and in that calendar we had photos with all kind of Miss India and Miss World with the idea of World of Sustainability.
Right.
Okay, so that's the calendar which is going to come.
Right.
I'm sure that many others will come later on with a calendar of April to March. Remember that I was the first one.
Of course, a pioneer in so many things. I think things keep on adding to you. A man with many hats, perhaps. Miki, all the initiatives you are taking and all the efforts you have been taking, since you have shifted to India and pioneered such green and sustainable initiatives in the infrastructure space, I'm sure it's going to bring about a lot of change, not only to our lives but to the entire planet. Thank you so much, Miki. It was an amazing conversation. And anything else any message you would like to give to our audience as we wrap up?
Thank you. You know where to find us in Huliot.in. We are there all the time with branches all over India. We are available in 22 states right now, so we are pretty much available everywhere. Find us.
Thank you so much, Miki, for this
Thanks.
conversation. And you wonderful people, for more such insightful conversations, stay tuned to Midday.
The world doesn't stop. Neither do we. Subscribe to Midday for news that matters.